Hello and welcome back to Mastering Retro Web Design. In this video, we're going to get started with our design by setting up our Photoshop file. So we're going to create a new file. We'll go to File, New, and I want to show you a little trick for getting our guides in the right place. I'm going to put a couple of guides in our file to mark the left and right bounds of our content. And our content is going to be 960 pixels wide, which is a commonly used width for web designs. But our actual Photoshop file is going to be 1200 pixels wide because we want to include a little bit of room for the background and some of these elements like the ribbon up here that's overlapping the edge of the content. But we're going to start by making it 960 pixels, then we'll get our guides in place, and then we'll expand it out to 1200 pixels. So our document again is 960 pixels wide. I'm going to put it at 2000 pixels tall for now. We might end up making it taller or shorter depending on how much content there is. And 72 pixels per inch for resolution. And I'll just type in the name. We'll call it Retro Design 01 and click on OK. So there's our new file. In order to create the guides that we want to create, we first need to see our rulers. So I'm going to hit Command R, or if you're using a PC, you would hit Control R, or you could go to the View menu and click on Rulers to turn on your rulers there. So now that we have our rulers, we can drag out our guides, but before we do that, you just need to make sure that snapping is turned on, so that when we drag our guide out, it will snap right to the edge of the document. So we're going to go to View, make sure that there's a check mark next to Snap, and there is, and then go down to Snap To and make sure there's a check mark next to Document Bounds, so that it snaps right to the edge of our document. And since all of that is checked, we can go ahead and do this. So I'm going to click on the left ruler here and drag out, and you'll see that it will snap right to the left edge there of our document. We'll drag out another one, snap it to the right edge, and it will also snap to the center. So if we drag out a third ruler here, if we get close to the center, you'll see it'll snap right into place at 480 pixels. Now I also want to include a couple of extra rulers for padding because we don't want the text to bump up right against the edge of our content area. We want a little bit of padding there. So I'm going to put, for now, 10 pixels of padding on the left and right edges. So I'm going to zoom in. I'll hit Command 1 or Control 1 on a PC to zoom in to 100%. Then hit the space bar and click and drag to pan to the upper left corner of our document. And then we'll drag out another ruler here, and we'll drag it out to 10 pixels. Like so. And then we'll pan across to the right edge of our document. And we'll drag out another ruler at 950 pixels. So now we have 10 pixels of padding on both edges. So we can click and zoom out. And now we can widen our document to the full 1200 pixels now that we have all of our guides in place. So I'm going to go to Image, Canvas Size, and we're going to set our width to 1200 pixels. Now, very important, down here where it says anchor, you want to make sure that that's in the center so that when we expand it to 1200 pixels, it will expand both ways, left and right. And so our guides will be right where we want them to be in the center of the document. So click on OK, and there we go. Now it colored those extra margins there, that brown color. I want to get rid of that. I want it to be all white for now. And as you see, white is selected as our background color. So the keyboard shortcut for filling a layer with your background color on a Mac is Command Delete, or on a PC it's Control Backspace. So now we have our document set up like we want it. We're just going to save it. We'll go to File, Save As. I'm going to save it as retrodesign01.psd. Click on Save. And I already had a sample file there. I'm going to replace it. And there we go. Okay, so our document is now set up. In the next video, we're going to take a look at how to create this patterned background that we see on the margins of our document. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.